Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our second live stream on Star Labs Confidential. For today, we have famous cosplayer here known as Kofit, as we're going to talk about everything Spiderverse related and his amazing cosplays that he has done over the years. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
So, I guess to start us off, how did you get started with cosplaying in general?
Yeah, so growing up, I've just always loved like nerdy things. I grew up on Transformers, GI Joe, Turtles, Power Rangers, stuff like that. Superheroes. I used to read the comics all the time. Spider-Man, Captain America, Fantastic Four. Um, right around like where issues like 300, like Spider-Man 300 was like that my favorite comic book probably for the longest time. Anyway, I worked for a hobby store. Actually, I worked for Funkoland. It's like an old video game store. But then I moved to a hobby store that was in the area called Dragon's Den, and they asked me to go to these cons that they were gonna be a part of because they wanted to sell stuff. They sold comics and they sold cards. And when I went to them, I was like, I was like, wow, this stuff seems like it's fun. And I saw somebody just dress up. Again, this is a con. It was UberCon. I don't even think it's around anymore. But basically what happened was I saw people have fun. This is like 2002, 2003. And I've always loved also Halloween, like dressing up. I think I did an old Obi-Wan Kenobi from like when I was a senior in high school. It was like 1999. Um, and so it just kind of reminded me of that. And they asked me to go to like Wizard World. And for Halloween, I made with a buddy of mine, we made a Neo outfit that I wore, and I brought it there, and I just had a blast. And like, people just had, mind you, this is 2004, so like, I had people coming up that want to take photos. They had like disposable cameras, like if the iPhone was still like 3-4 years out. But it kind of like it kind of took me over. And I saw somebody's like giant Optimus Prime that was just making like out of cardboard and stuff. And there's like, and I'm like, I could also do this stuff. I like this looks fun. Like I was having a blast just being Neo. This is just when the Matrix Reloaded came out, and it was just it just kind of like swept into me. And then for the next few years after that, I just, kept it a little bit low key. And then I started wrapping it up once I started going to New York Comic Con. And just seeing nerd culture grow. Like it went from something so small to now it's just I think the tickets are on sale coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's amazing how something like with Spider-Man, Power Rangers, how all that stuff can influence people to grow in something else, to either do cosplays, to get in movies, to do our own thing. It's really something.
Oh yeah, it's just crazy how things, you know, especially past like I feel like now everything is nostalgia. Like we're the group that have the money. Like we when we were kids, we like I didn't have like half the stuff I had. Like I got a Lego Death Star here. I probably would never have that if when I was a kid. And a couple of, there's a lot of stuff I have right around now. Um, and I think it's just now that I have some disposable income, it just kind of brings it all back, and just seeing and also seeing people just bring it to life as well. It's always a fun thing to see.
Yeah, especially since I would argue that there are some cosplays that have a better look than even like the official live action remakes.
I just as an example, I've seen people do um variations of like the Green Ranger. I think I've seen like a meld mesh of like white and Green Ranger. And like I'm like, and I think even before he passed away, Jason David Frank was just like he even commented on it. It was, but I saw it like in New York Comic Con. I was like, that is so awesome. Um, Participating in different contests. Some of the best cosplayers that I've probably ever seen. Um, it just show you people's creativity and just I don't know if it's just time or just dedication, really.
And yeah, no, it is something. It's because I think it's amazing how they even made that version of with the green and white mixed together. I think Lord Dracon to be like an actual thing. But yeah, because that's what it makes me think of, like when you mentioned that, like with I think the character's like Lord Dracon or something, with seeing the mixture of the green and white together. I mean, that just made like Tommy more of a badass.
Oh, I think he just gained so much like credibility after, and that's one of those things. It's like the fans brought it back, like just how popular he is, just how cool the guy was. I mean, he was. I still couldn't believe that he passed away. When I heard he passed away, I'm like, someone like him who took care of himself, who could still move at his age, like that's just inspiration right there. But I like, again, I don't know the full story behind it, but then again, that's what the other fun thing is. You go to these cons and you find these people that are maybe even a bigger nerd at certain things than you are, and it just makes sparks conversations, and it just makes it a lot of fun. Because you realize, like, sometimes you're just not like what it is. People always assume that I know everything about Spider-Man, and I do know a lot, but I'm not like I don't speak fluent Spider-Man, I guess is what I could call it. But they're like, "Oh, yo, do you remember that story arc with this?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. But tell me, like, I want to know more." And that's one of those things too, um, that you see out there, and it's just fun, like learning more as well.
Yeah, and I know what you mean because like I went to a Superman festival last year, and I went to like doing this trivia game, and wow, I my knowledge was definitely lacking comparison to the other contestants.
Yeah, I went to WrestleMania, I think 29, like when it was at Meadowlands, and like I got like this VIP pass to like go down like before the show. There was like they had something at like the old Izod Center. I don't even think that's there anymore. Um, and they called me and like two kids up for like wrestling trivia, and I'm like, all right, I got this, and they just whooped my, you know what. they they knew everything, and they're like, so who's this person that did this move to this person? I'm just like, huh? And they're like, oh, that's this guy, and like
Yeah, it's something when when you find there's more people that know about you, and you feel like you're an expert on a certain subject.
yeah, I know, like no matter how much I feel like I know of even my favorite fandoms, Dragon Ball, Transformers. Those are my two probably biggest things that I've done or just love to do. Uh, I've watched probably everything like probably 50 times, and I'm sure there's still like those people out there that are gonna be like, "Hey, did you know that Krillin was like this?" And like I'm like, "Really?" And I go back and watch it. I'm like, "Damn it, I missed that. How did I miss that?"
That's for sure. So, what would you say would be like your favorite cosplay that you've done so far?
Well, that's a good question because um, I always break that into like I think like two answers. One is what's my favorite that I just that character and person that I like doing, and then one like my favorite just like one to just be myself in, I guess. Like so I love my Goku. I've been cosplaying Goku since 2012. Um, as far back as me just spiking my hair up and trying to be Super Saiyan. People thinking I was Super Saiyan Gohan from like the Cell. Was it that Trunk special? All the way to getting the wigs, getting working out, trying to be as in shape as I can, and all the way to last year's Anime NYC when I had like, my Goku jersey. I was Goku on vacation because like that whole con I was like I was in a lot of pain from a foot injury, and like walking around was not the most fun thing to do. So like I didn't even want to dress up, but I'm like, I gotta do something. So I had my beard and like I painted it like to match the wig, and everyone like loved it. And I put on like sunglasses, And my Goku, I have a Goku jersey that says 9001 on it, and I put that on, and I just walked around. But like, just I've done so many like Gokus. I've done like regular, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God. I mean, no, Super Saiyan Blue, I guess they could call it. And
Yeah.
then like Ultra Instinct, and but just the character itself, that's always going to be my favorite character, because he was the one that inspired me when I was younger to lose weight. Um, just seeing him train, I'm like, oh, I could do that. And then going from some novice little high schooler who was just starting to watch Dragon Ball Z on VHS to that's again how time has changed, but to where I am now, certified as a fitness trainer, and um, putting my hopefully I always help out people. I don't really train as much because my job is a little more intense that my normal job, but I am still certified to train anybody. And so that was one of the best things. It's like it made me want to stay in shape really, like really well for cosplay. And then my other one, my comfort one, gotta love my Peter B. Gotta love him. Um, that was gifted, because I'm gonna tell you, I had no idea that, not that the character was out, but like people kept messaging me after, I think it was New York Comic Con 2018. They're like, dude, it's like you look like that Spider-Verse guy. I'm like, what? Like, really? And I decided to like I guess I Googled him, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I went to the movie, because I went to the movie like late, yeah, for that one, because I didn't even really know about it, to be honest. And then I looked and I'm like, wait a second, Peter B's got blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm like, what is, or Peter Parker? I'm like, I don't look like this guy. And then like the net, the scenes cut, move forward, and it's like, oh, that Peter, the out of shape one. But you know what it is, I just love pizza, burgers, and coffee. I drink a lot of coffee as well. I like my coffee in the morning, and just walking around with a box of pizza, or my coffee, or a giant cup of soda, or whatever. I usually put water in there anyway, but just doing that, it just, and it just fits so well. So like, and it has a lot of pockets. As a cosplayer, if you have like one pocket, you're golden. And this thing had like I had like 7 pockets to put stuff in. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's convenient because most costumes will even have pockets unless you got a utility belt.
yeah, and like even my Reed Richards, I just updated it. I'm gonna have like, it's gonna be on the back, but my Sue Storm does it. She has like, as to put like her, like make it like a belt. And she puts like a little floor on it. I'm gonna do it too. I have like a fanny pack that I'm gonna put everything in from behind. And yeah, um it's very hard when, and that's another reason I wore like my lab coat with like Reed Richards. It's like it has 2 pockets in the front. I'm like, all right, at least I could get my phone and like a credit card or something, like something, so that way, or ID at least. Like, hey, it's like if I want to go, get something, and I have to show, somehow reason I have to prove my age, which I don't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel when people like, it's like, come on, I'm 21. All right.
Well, I gotta say, I think I always thought that when I first saw you, I think you were just like had like add some hairspray or hair dye to make you look older.
No, that was just me. That's just my hair. Like right now, I cut it really clean. Like it should come back just enough to be like Reed Richard like for Garden State, because the New York Fantastic Four is going to be there, and hopefully our full team for the first time, since we decided to part ways with some of our participants, but we have a full team now, and we're looking forward to being at that show. And um, but yeah, I finally got like a haircut and a shave. So like if you look at a post coming up, I'm gonna put one up with me as Reed, and it's gonna like look full beard and like everything. And then you look at me now, it's like, oh, what happened?
Hmm, interesting. But yeah, it's still just amazing how you quickly gained like so much fame in the cosplay community for doing Peter B cosplay. Like it just looks uncanny. Like if the Spider-Verse movies ever do something where they stumble upon like a live action like a reality, then you would be perfect for to fill in that role.
I think Cosplay Nay took my face and put it on Peter B because he put his on Miles and like put it up, and it wasn't too far off. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think when it first came out, okay, so I I remember it fondly because it was just like a crazy ride. So um, I decided like, all right, I'll do a cos test. I had this like Spider-Man shirt that looks like a suit, and I had like a green sweatshirt, and then I just pretended to put my hand like on it, like a coat, just like the normal like photo, and I put it up just like thinking, this, I usually get like I used to get this is like when I think I had like 4,000 followers or something, and everyone knew me as Goku. Um, I put that up, and then like it just like my phone just almost died from all the notifications, and I'm like, I've never seen something like this before, where it just the post blew up, and I started posting more like comparisons and some stuff. And I'm like, that's what really actually got me to watch the movie. I was just like, okay, I got to take this a little more seriously now. And then I did a shoot with Nay, cosplay Nay. He invited me out to a Spider-Verse shoot in Brooklyn, and the man is incredible. What he does for photos is just insane. And our photos just like skyrocketed. Like I didn't think it felt weird. Like I felt like there's got to be some kind of crash come down soon. But then Cross the Spider Verse came out, and hey, I got a pink robe, so I know at least I'll be comfortable.
There you go. So I guess for your first cosplay, I guess it wasn't really like I guess a better question is what was your first I guess cosplay? Was it Goku?
No, no, actually no. So I started Goku 11 years ago. I actually was Kakashi for now this would be 13 no 14 years, but even before that I did Bret Hart um in 2009, but my first one was Neo from the Matrix, like official. Like I went to Wizard World 2004, and that was like my first time actually going to a con and dressing up. um again, just getting inspired by the little con, where like you just get to notice people, uh and then to be invited by, it was my old store who told like, hey, you can get free tickets, just help us out and work the table at one point. And I'm like, sure. And I went there with my ex, and we just walked around, and it was like, I even had this guy stop me. He's like, oh my god, you're like perfect. And I'm like, all right. My ex on the side was just like looking like starstruck, and I'm like, all right, whatever. um I would have asked for his photo if it could, and it was Joss Whedon that stopped me. And I think that's what um kind of like pushed it too. It's like, wow, like Joss Whedon wanted, and he had his disposable camera. So like, so my claim to fame is somewhere around his house he probably has a photo that of me as Neo somewhere.
Wow, that's something that's you got Joss Whedon's attention and he snagged a wow, that's incredible. Like
So yeah, it was so long ago. Like I'm sure he wouldn't remember.
wow, so Neo was your first cosplay, I guess technically.
Yeah, I mean, again, growing up and doing other things, like I went to a college party as like Austin Powers from like Gold Member, where he had like that really weird pimp suit. But I mean, official con um cosplay would definitely be was Neo from the Matrix. And I hate to say that it's from when the second and third part were coming out, that like I wanted to do it. So it's like they were just kind of like fresh off the of being shown about, I think, at that point. I mean, actually no, I think it was 2003. I just know that I saw the outfit and like my buddy and I like we put like little shoulder pads on to like make me look like more like Neo like going up.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Still, though, that's pretty cool, especially to get like Joss Whedon's attention. I mean, yeah, it's been a while, but still, I mean, it's something.
And it was funny because like my ex was always like a big um like Buffy fan, like Buffy Angel and stuff like that. So this was like fresh off like Angel, I guess, finishing or something like that, or Buffy finished. And so like I know she got me to watch the show up until a certain point, and then I'm like you could have asked me that, and like Lou Ferrigno was like near us, like eating, and then like that man, he is ginormous. Oh my god, he's the only one that he's one of the only few that can make me look small. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, we're and he was the Hulk for a reason, so
Yeah.
it's amazing he still keeps himself in shape even after all this time.
See, again, that's like that inspiration. Like you look at these people, and I've seen people, just for me personally, I don't ever want to like not be able to say, hey, like like a friend or somebody like, oh, let's go run a 5K, for charity, and I'm like, all right, and I'll go and run a 5K. Like I always want to be able to. I think that's the big thing for me. It's like I want to be able to run a 5K, but I also want to be able to, do 20 pull-ups. I want to be able to, like a lot of people pride themselves on like beating like Mike Tyson's punch out uh each year, at least like Mike Tyson. Like I still got it. I can still beat him. Mine is, like just fitness levels. And like I want to be able to go into my 70s, 80s down the road and still look hopefully decent. But also, still be athletically, inclined.
Yeah, no, guys, it's not always have to be like to how much can you bench or like how ripped you are. As long as like it's more about just being healthy and active, even if you're at that age.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, trust me, I think when the pandemic hit, it was the first time like kind of was a little more sedentary. I said, like I was just like I wasn't exercising much. I lost my gym at the time. I didn't have any real thing to work out at home. I didn't know when I was going back to the gym. Um, and I started building my own, but COVID just crushed. Like prices were insane back then, but like I was able to piece little things together here and there and slowly got back. But it's hard once you let yourself go, um, like even just past your mid 30s, it's just very hard to like get back. So if you're not committed, it's I guess a try, not a trial, but like it just it will take a lot out of you.
Yeah, I imagine so. But that's why I was curious. Like when I think when I first saw you last year at Terrificon, like I always wondered like when you dress as because it looked like you were pretty in shape. Like you didn't look like as like that accurate body wise to how he looked in the movie.
Yeah, I actually got that comment like maybe a couple times. Yeah, hey, that guy's too in shape to be Peter B. I'm like, really? It's like the first time I've ever heard someone complain about somebody being fit. That's like I guess if I tried to be like, you know, event Endgame Thor, like it's like you're too in shape. Damn it.
Yeah, that's something you would hear often.
I'll say this though. I mean, it's just fun like walking around with like, walking around with a couple slices of pizza. You have your lunch with you. You don't have to go anywhere. But he's just one of those guys where like so like I feel like I have like a fitness spectrum for cosplay. Like I have like Goku over here, I have Peter B over here. No matter what, like if I really start working out more, I go towards him. If not, I could go towards him. And hey, we got it. I got it all covered. No matter what, I'll be somebody. and then everybody else is kind of like in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, because I mean, I mean, like before I saw it, I didn't think he did like Mr. Fantastic. I first knew you just as with Peter B. Parker, but once I saw the Fantastic Four, like wow, yeah, that's it. Yeah, like I feel like you nailed like a good like balance between John Krasinski and the actor from the 2005 movie. I forgot Ian. Gra-
Yeah, the
Ian,
guy, like I always thought like the original two Fantastic Four movies were pretty decent, um, and John Krasinski did a really good job. I thought he did a decent job. The only thing that we all know when we all were like, why would you give away that secret? But he's just trying. He was trying to like just like push her, like not push her down, but like kind of like calm her down and say, look, we don't want to do anything. Just relax. Let's talk about this. But you can't. Sometimes you just can't talk to a Wanda like that. I guess.
yeah, I know. It's like that scene was just crazy. How she murdered pretty much like everyone, and
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, no wonder Thanos dusted her. Like, let's be real. She probably could have taken him out, and I mean, we saw that. I guess, in spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen, um, you know, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But like, I mean, they took out Thanos with the with what looked like four Infinity Stones he had at the time, with the Darkhold, right? Then Doctor Strange use that from the 838 timeline.
I'm not sure that I'm not sure. I think in the sequel they never showed how Thanos died in that other world. It was just showing like what they did with Strange, or at least that other version of Strange.
I always thought that they said he used the Darkhold because his fingers like blackened because of it or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was more towards just against Wanda though, not with Thanos. I think it was just. I mean, maybe I have to rewatch it. It's been a good while.
Because like the one thing, like, so I love watching, like, I'm a big YouTuber as well when I do have the time, and like a lot of I like subscribe to like New Rock Stars and Screen Crush, I think, and like a lot of those like Easter egg finding stuff. And like one thing I remember them pointing out, like Thanos had like four stones like when he was dead there or something, three, or I don't remember exactly. But um I think like Doctor Strange from their universe like used the Darkhold to kill him or something. I don't know, beat him. And I'm like, well, shoot, why didn't Wanda do that? Like, let's get that book to her now, you know?
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, since this is the multiverse saga, I mean, we'll probably see other versions of Wanda and maybe other versions of other characters that might have been killed. You never know.
I look, I hope that they do it. Personally, I hope they do the Fantastic Four right this time. Like, like I love the 2005 one. I never watched the I think 2015 remake. I was like, I didn't I heard such bad things like right off the bat. I was like, I'll wait for it to come out before I watch. It's like that's one thing like I tend to do as well, is especially now with my job, like I try to watch some of the critics give like spoil free reviews, and if people are kind of like on a mass like saying, oh, this is terrible or this is bad or this that, then I'll just wait. But like there's always those movies I try my best to go see. Like Spiderverse would have been one of them. I remember seeing Endgame the first day because I'm like, I took off of work just to see that one. I'm like, I'm not getting that ruined like Civil War was. Like I get them, and it's it's not anything that I try to do. Like Dragon Ball Superhero. I went. I knew it came out in Japan first, but like I open up like TikTok, the first thing I see is like, did you know this happened in this? And I'm like, like, and it's just like I had no opportunity to be like, oh. So I'm like, oh, I'll just wait for it on, Blu-ray or to stream or something. And so, but if it's something I really want to watch, I tend to try to make the time. It's just for this one, it's been hard the last few weeks. Like I barely was able to plan going to Garden State, to be honest. That's why I'm here. Even you, sir. I was even disturbed right now. I thought I'd be fine to talk throughout the whole time.
No, I got you. Things get in the way, and unfortunately, like, everyone just likes to spoil things and put and share stuff, whether it's like an official channel or even just like someone just doing like a cam recording.
Yeah, and like I feel like I think like Vince Russo or the Russo brothers were like, oh, you got a 2 weeks. You should have a 2 week like spoiler. Like after 2 weeks, if you haven't seen it, that's your problem. And I'm like, how about no? I mean, I honestly I think until it comes out on like DVD or not DVD, but like where people can buy it. I think that's when spoilers should be non-existent because you can now buy it. You don't have no excuse. It's right there. You could go stream it on the TV or wherever you do, and because if you haven't seen it at that point, then yeah, I don't blame you. Spoil away.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, because I mean, at that point, yeah, because you could just get it then, and plus, you shouldn't spoil anything right out the movies, because then what ruins the experience for anyone that doesn't want to watch it in theaters, or can't.
Yeah, I mean, like look what happened again. COVID was weird. Like, I think the only one I saw, the only movie I went to the movie theater to see relatively quickly was the Mario movie. I wound up having like literally a free night and with a couple people and was able to see it. And I thought that was like one of the best. They had definitely made up for that other Mario movie. Oh my god. Sorry, John Leguizamo, but that original one was just god awful.
Yeah, I didn't see too many movies since when the COVID thing happened too. I think the first I think I saw was, let's see, that was got to be 2021. So I want to say the Spider-Man No Way Home. That was definitely one of them, and I think also Cruella, because I was intrigued by how Emma Stone would do the character, and it didn't seem like a complete remake, so to speak.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a shot for shot like Disney live action remake. I actually did see Spider-Man No Way Home. Think it was I think it was opening night as well. I was able to get that one in too. But lucky because like I tested myself 2 days later. I think I had COVID. So somebody in that theater must have had COVID. So I was like, at least I got to see Spider-Man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that theater where I was in, it was packed. So like it was amazing how, despite everything that was happening, it's still good that there's some movies that will get a lot of people involved. So I guess that's one other thing, because you said you grew up with watching like with Dragon Ball and Transformers. What about for Spider Man? Were you always a big like Spider Man Marvel fan growing up?
So growing up, I used to buy my comics from I used to buy my comics from this stationery store from where around where I lived, and we had a video store and video rental store. And they also had trading cards. Like I have a full set of Marvel Series One cards, and they had these like awesome like Spider-Man like interviewing other heroes, um, cards and it doesn't even give you like their rating. Like Series Two gave you like a power scale, like oh this hero's got strength of 10, which is like, and then they give you like oh this character could lift like 20 tons or something, and then strength of like 1 is like weaker than a normal human, like 2 is a human normal human, and 3 is like super soldier and all that stuff going forward. I thought those were cool, but the first series they gave like their win loss record, and in my mind I'm like, if a hero loses, doesn't that mean he's dead? But I guess no. And but I grew up watching a lot of videos I would find in the video store with heroes. And I also was around when the Fox Marvel stuff came out. That's X-Men and Spider-Man. And those were just fantastic shows. Like I love both of them. Marvel actually was funny. It's like I don't know how they got away with it, but like the X-Men show had Spider-Man at one point. like just like a little cameo. They just put him in. If you haven't seen it, it's I think it was during like the what was it, the Dark Phoenix saga? But like, so anyway, look
I think I know what you're
what I'm
talking
getting.
about. Like you mean the '90s show, right?
Yeah, like so the '90s shows, I grew up also watching those as well, because they were around when like Power Rangers and stuff was out. And again, growing up, like like I used to subscribe. They used to mail me my comics, like every month I'd get the new one for Spider-Man and Fantastic Four and Captain America. And I was around when the Infinite Gauntlet saga actually came out. And it was crazy because like obviously it's different from the movies, but it was able to show me more heroes that I'd never seen before. And then to see what they did, where they actually put stories into some of the issues, like, oh, this showed more backstory from issue 2 of it's like the Infinite Gauntlet with like 6 issues, and it was a great cohesive story. But if you wanted more of behind the scenes story, you could buy like Spider-Man such and such number, or Captain America this number, or Silver Surfer this number, and it goes more into what those characters were doing at different points of the Infinite Gauntlet, like issues or story being told. And they did that with like the Infinite War and stuff, and like those like hero gathering moments were like huge for me, like growing up and liking the characters and stuff. And then college came, and Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire came out, and I loved the movie. I didn't care that he didn't have web sling. I thought it was actually better that it was coming out of him. Um, yeah, I know. I love the jokes that they had in the No Way Home, but like that movie was such a hit. And my old store, we actually got it like a month early than the release, and I was able to take one home, and everybody came over like, oh, this that and Lord of the Rings. Everybody came to my apartment to like, they were like, oh, we gotta watch this, and like imagine like 15 people in like a 200 square foot like room, just like watching like Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings. But yes, like the just seeing everything like move and progress on from like Spider-Man, and like I go through dips. Like there's times where I wasn't really, I'd be more into Dragon Ball, or I'd be more into um, you know, just whatever anime I was watching at the time, or I could find. I would go back into going into Legos. I'd go into always be in my sports, doing something competitive, or so like it was always back and forth, but I never like lost. And then actually it's funny because like going into cosplay, like when I was doing Kakashi and Goku in the beginning, and I was more of an anime cosplayer for the longest time. Like most people knew me. Like I did Natsu from Fairy Tail, like Kenpachi from Bleach, Ichigo from Bleach. I've done a really bad Itachi back in the day that I don't want to talk about anymore. I've done Pain, like a lot of like anime characters. And then I'm like, oh, I got to get into like Marvel at some point, or DC. And my first Marvel was gonna be Reed Richards, because of my, like I had these grays that just were here, like on my side, and it was just perfect. And then all of a sudden the whole Spider-Verse thing happened, and like I never thought I would ever be a Spider-Man, because I just was never lean like Spider-Man. And I know cosplays for everybody and you could do whatever, but like I didn't want to look like a like I would have probably been better doing like Venom. But I didn't want to make like giant like gnarly like mask.
Yeah.
So but then Peter B came, and like now everybody knows me as Spider-Man. So I'm the guy that eats burgers, and I don't mind it because burgers are awesome.
Yeah, it's like you found your own like Mr. Incredible cosplay.
Pretty much. I mean, like like one thing I look back on and I always see, and it always makes me happy, is like I made that burger scene so long ago, and it's funny because that burger was a black bean burger. Like I didn't have a regular one, because it also made it look good because it was just darker. Um, it looked like more like a burger in the when I was capturing it, and like I'm taking this bite and I'm like, this is not a burger, but like I gotta get this scene in. And everybody loved that scene, and it's always it's my favorite video, not just because I love the scene, but like I just see Miles cosplayers always coming out and duetting it, and it's just like, it just makes me happy just seeing those. Like, I always try to repost them and stuff, and um, but yeah, the little behind the scenes, that was a black bean burger in that video. So don't tell many people that wasn't a real one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's amazing how for that movie, it wasn't even like the first time we would see Spider-Verse, because I want to say even like in the '90s Spider-Man show, they ended up doing a whole Spider-Verse, although not quite as diverse look at the Spider-Verse. It was very limited with just, I think it was like the Scarlet Spider and Iron Spider-Man, and then I think it was just like where one with Doctor Octopus's arms for some reason. I don't know what they were going for.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always loved the fact that like that show had so many cameos from other heroes too. You had Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Man, and Rhodey. And Rhodey was like the Uncle Phil, James Avery. Like I didn't. So this is like hearing him like it's the Shredder. That's him. Um, and then even at the end, they had the Fantastic Four and Doctor Strange. It was a good Marvel show, and I feel like they just did really really well with that. Like that brought back Spider-Man huge.
Oh yeah, because I was definitely rewatch a lot of that show, and even that fact they ended up where Spider-Man realizes he's a character in fiction and got to meet his creator.
Oh yeah, good old Stan. And actually a photo like right here. I know it's hard to see, but that's a photo of the only time I got to see Stan Lee. Although he did walk past me at New York Comic Con, and I turned around. I'm like, oh my God, Stan Lee, let's go just say hi. And then everybody, and then I had a bunch of people stop me for a photo. I'm like, no, because I don't like, I hate saying no to people who want a photo. Like in 2014, I was drinking. I was at New York Comic Con. I had a beer in my hand, and it was like the last time I had a drink for like a while. But like the photographer was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bothered him while he was drinking his beer." I'm like, "No, no, no, I got you. Hold on." And I put everything down, but like, yeah, I always find it's like, if I'm doing the job of putting this stuff on and people enjoy it, it just makes me happy knowing that something I'm doing brings people joy, especially like kids. They're the ones that believe in the magic right now, and believe that these superheroes are real, and being able to bring it to life for them, just means the world. Um, especially when you could do something like if they don't believe that you're a hero, just like pretend like pick something up or something that's like looks heavy but it's not, and go, so. But yeah, I always try to like say hi and say something to people, um at least for a little bit, and then try my best to move on. I have to also develop strategies if I need to get somewhere and to take photos. I'm like, all right, come over here, let's like walk over this way, take a photo over here, it'll look better, like little things here or there that, because I've missed some important things because people want to take photos, and again, I don't want to ever say no. Like, what kind? I don't want to look like the jerk, basically.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, it's important to like be, I guess, find a good balance of like being open to people but not to be like overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, that's again years in training, and you know what the sad thing is, like my cosplay career is older than a lot of cosplayers I know now, or at least people that you know, at least people that go to anime conventions. Most of them tend to be you know high schoolers and or just going to college, and I'm like, wait, what year were you born again? It's like, oh, I feel so old.
Yeah, I kind of know the feeling as well. I mean, it just feels crazy how like like 30 years ago, I was just like watching either just Batman or just Power Rangers. I think I was just like barely born, and that's when those shows were around. It's just crazy how much time flies, and now that there's like so many younger people doing the whole cosplay scene.
Yeah, it's I've seen it change. Like, same with social media on it. And, like back in the day, like you used to be able to post something, and as long as you hashtagged it, you could be seen very quickly because like it ranked it in just an order of you when you post. So if you kept posting, you were on top of somebody's feed at all times. Now it's just like, you don't know who you're getting in front of, unless you really like, unless they think that you like the person a lot. Um, you it's and it's always hard guessing, algorithms and stuff like that. But like, just like seeing people now, it's just like it's such a different thing, because I also see the people that were in it in the beginning, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, it's too expensive, it's too this, it's too that. I'm like, it's how you make it, to be honest. um like Peter B cost, well, if we factor in pizza and actual coffees I bought with it, it's a lot more. But the costume itself costs like maybe 200, and
Wow.
the suit itself was like 100 of that. I think I found like the boots for like 30 something dollars. The sweatpants were like on clearance at like Target back in the day, and I found the jacket at a thrift shop. So it's just like, I'm like, all right, we got this. We got this good. But I'll tell you this, I probably doubled that in pizza and coffee. So since then,
Hey, I mean, at least you're committed.
I am super committed to eating while cosplaying. That is the ultimate. That is the ultimate form.
Very much
Of-
so.
Yeah, that's the best feeling when it's like everybody's always like, oh, I didn't eat all day. And I'm like, I have.
Lucky.
So I guess so. Besides, I guess the burger scene. Like, what other parts did you like about with the first Spider-Verse movie?
Something I actually liked that I didn't realize until I rewatched it was that Miles was really in a different universe. Like, you feel like when you first watch it that he's in the normal universe. Everything seemed fine, but then like you look at the backgrounds, and you take a look at the movie behind the movie, and you realize that like he's like this the police department is the PDNY, not the NYPD. You look at like the billboards, and like everything is like a little off, and you realize that like, yes, he is not in he's not in our universe, so to speak. It was a different universe. Just seeing that was kind of cool. But I also love the Doc Ock scenes. Yeah, where like he's going in, he is like just like stretching and everything, and he goes in, and he's just talking to Miles while fighting Doc Ock. And I think one of my other favorite lines, it's like, got some good news. The monitor, we don't need it. Just throws it after Miles grabs that part. Um, and then like the bagel, like I didn't realize in the beginning that when he threw the bagel, he hit the person. It said bagel or something like popped up on it. It was hilarious. But like, yeah, definitely that scene was great. And like I said, looking at all the like little nuances that they put in that you don't realize until you really pay attention to the movie. You know,
Yeah, it's amazing how much detail they added, like with the animation, adding like the sound, some of the sound effects, or seeing the word bagel once it hits. It's like it's like one of the best ways to watch a comic book movie where it feel moves and breathes like it's you're reading a comic.
oh yeah, like the art style was amazing. Um, and I just like, I think the concept of it really made, I think it really brought Miles Morales like completely full circle into Marvel, where people who didn't know, like I'll be honest, like I'm taking a break from just Spider-Man in general for, or probably after like I didn't watch the Amazing Spider-Mans. I was just like, Toby's my boy. I can't watch this other guy do Spider-Man. So I took like a break after Spider-Man 3, and then I like, what is this Spider-Man? And then I started learning about him. And then when the movie came out, it really did a great job of making like spotlighting Miles as like a real hero. And they did such a great job with that. Um, that was another great thing about it. So
Yeah, it was a good way to bring about, like, I guess, continuing the legacy, but it doesn't have to be like a lineage or something, because it's just he's just just another kid that has similar experience, but he's doing it his own way.
that's how, I'm assuming that's what's continuing in the next one, but let's not get into that.
Nah, the only thing I ask is just what are your expectations with this film?
My one of my my real, if you want me to be honest, like one of the first things I thought when I'm like, oh, the second one's coming out, it's like I'll have new lines for TikTok videos, yeah, um, or just videos in general, reels, whatever it is. But no, um, I initially I was like, well, how are they? I know everybody loves, or a lot of people love Peter B. I can tell you that for now, sure. But like, how are they bringing him back in? Like, how are they? You saw him get that like kind of redemption arc and talking to MJ, or or something, or like, working things out. So like, how are they going to bring him back and make him that guy? And it's like, well, how else do we make him lazy and uh you know broken? Let's make him a dad. And I don't know, I had a feeling it was coming, but until they confirmed it, I was like all right, let's see this. So i just I was like, wait, but why the pink robe? Why? Like any other color, why not white? I mean, I guess it just stood out better in the movie, but uh it's like I had to go buy a pink robe just for this, and it was not fun shopping for one.
Well, I mean, it's 2023.
Yeah, still people still look at you weird when uh you're looking at robes. You're like, oh, this pink one feels nice and soft. Let me get this one. And then I'm trying to like get the color right based off the trailer, and like just like pausing at different moments. I'm like, wait a second, this looks different. So I just picked like the one I felt was like the closest to it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I think like it depends, I guess, with the lighting and such. Yeah, and I'm guessing, did you get the whole like that little thing where the baby is gonna be in?
So I have a friend who's supposed to be giving one, but they were running a little late, so I'm gonna buy one that I'm hopefully I didn't take any tags off. I could just return when she, you know, drops it off. But I noticed he had a fanny pack, and I'm like, yes, place to put stuff. Like I'm like, I think my robe does have two pockets, but like it's not the most secure. But like, and then like I'm like, is it got slippers? Like, and socks. Like he still has like, and that's the thing. Like people were like sacrilegious with me, because I just cut the bottom of my suit, and like cutting a suit is like a no, I guess, in the Spider-Man community. And I was like, well, how else am I gonna have my feet show? Oh, you could just get it, you know, tailored off, and that way you can put it back on. I'm like, no, that costs more. This is easy.
Yeah,
Now I don't have to worry. I got it perfect. So
yeah, but I mean, for the first one, like I think for Peter B's suit like this, it got fried. It got fried. His pants got fried a bit, so that's why I had to get sweatpants.
oh yeah, like if you look at it, it's like more torn. Like at least, so I never tore it. Like it looked like ragged torn, like where it's like coming down, I believe. And um so I just cut it because I'm like, I'm gonna wear pants over it anyway. So what, no big deal, right? And then now that Spider-Man, the new one, that from the posters and everything I saw, like it looked like it was nice, like cut. And I'm like excellent. I don't have to do anything. No more. I don't have to buy another suit. That was my worry, if I had to buy another suit. But I actually do have another full Peter like Spider-Man suit that has the feet, just in case. I've had it for a while, like Zentai Sewn, where the place where I got my suits. before the pandemic. I bought two regular ones. So one of them I cut, one of them I didn't, and then I bought and I was able to get like it was like buy one get one free, and like so I got like what was it Captain Spider? What's the Cosmic Spider? Like the one with like blue, like it looked like space or something. I had
Yeah.
no idea about this Spider-Man, so I got that one because somebody gave me a whole bunch of files so I could use. A really big fan of mine, and I also got like the Black Symbiote Spider-Man, and then I got one of my Fantastic Fours done. So I was thinking of doing like a mashup of between Peter B and like Reed Richards, you know, Reed B Parker or Parker B Reed or something like that, or Richard B Parker. I don't know.
That sounds better. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have done Goku. Actually, I have a Goku themed one as well. I did my Goku B Parker. Did you see that one?
No, I don't think so. Like when did you do that?
I did it for Anime Next 2019. So I was doing Goku Black because when you do Goku's normal hair, you have like 8 characters you could do. You could do Turles, you could do Goku Black, you could do Bardock, you could do Goten if I was like 2 feet tall, Goku regular, and like it's like almost like every like you could I could you could name a whole bunch of people you could do. And so I was Goku Black in the beginning, and then like I had bought this suit. My friend Arsenio Arsenal, he sends me this like link. It's like, dude, check this out. And it was a Goku themed suit. And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. So I bought it. And but that one I bought with the footwear so I could, because I might just do it like the spider and then like take it off and I could put like the wig back on. And I was like, wait, I could be Goku B Parker. And my story was I was bitten by a radioactive Saiyan. And uh yeah. And
I mean,
um
okay.
and it's funny, I did a video TikTok where I used I think I was doing I had like the Power Rangers theme. I had a mix of Goku and I did the Goku B Parker, and people were just furious with me. Like, you can't mix this kind of stuff, man. You can't, that's how I imagine they talk. And I was just like, dude, it's all fighting stuff. Goku, Spider-Man, and Power Rangers. Like, what's your problem, right? But like it was just it was just a fun one I've done, where I had like Spider Pig with me, and it was just basically the same outfit, just with the orange suit and the Goku wig on it.
That's still, I know, I find that fun. I find all that funny, just mixing all those characters like Goku beat Parker. Just somehow that just, I don't know, it sounds good.
I could be Peter B Goku. So like you could like it's like I'm really just Spider. I don't know. I just like I don't I just thought Goku B Parker was pretty just like rolled off the tongue a little bit better. But then I'm thinking like Peter B Goku, like that could work as well. But yeah, I'll send it to you later so you can see it.
God, still that's something. So you also have like a regular Spider-Man suit, like like head to toe, unaltered or anything.
Yes, so I do have a full one. I tried the face shell thing and I hate it. I just put the mask on, if I even do. And so I have a full, like I said, I have the full regular. I have the full Dragon Ball one, Cosmic Spider-Man, and the symbiote. Because I did a version of Peter B where it was evil. Um and I had a lot of fun, to be honest with that. I did when I had a full beard, and like I like slicked back the hair, and I was just trying to like just do evil videos, like evil things. Like I just like Google like what other people did, like Venom and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun. But like, yeah, I have all those suits ready if I ever need to use them. Um, Hopefully we'll see. Like, I don't know if I want to go to a convention. People like, hey, that's not canon, bro. Come on. I don't know why all my trolls sound that way, but that's how they sound.
No, that's probably accurate. Yeah, I mean, some people just don't like mix-ups. I mean, but I don't know. Sometimes mix-ups can be a good thing, just like what you saw with the Green and White Ranger. Yeah, like it was just a fan idea, but now it's become a legit thing.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. Who knows? Next Spider-Verse movie, like those have Into, Across, and how about it's like In Between the Spider-Verse, like starring Goku B. Parker.
There you go. There you go. Just like another anime Spider-Man.
I'm sure, like it's like South Park. They have like World of Warcraft. They have anime. The Good Times with Weapon is still one of my favorite episodes.
God, that show goes there. That show just goes everywhere these days.
Look, but the most important thing too is like besides it being funny and like I know they poke fun at a lot of people, but they get away with it because you got kids doing it. Like of course kids are not going to do it. And it's just most. I feel like most of the parents are just, except for Randy, he's just outrageous. But I feel like he had to be to make up for like Chef leaving back in the day. It's like he was that like go-to person for the kids, and then everything that happened. I guess I don't know. I don't want to go back because I don't know the full story. I hear different things happen, but
Mm, I gotcha. Still, it's something how South Park's still airing to this day.
just a testament. I just love the show for the fact that it's willing to like still poke fun at everything and the absurdity. Like even like you go back and it's like they have episodes with like one of the first ones I think I saw was the Christmas episode from the original season where like take everything down, it offends me, and then like the Christmas show was just like the kids dressed in black like doing a weird dance, and now everyone's like what the hell is this, you know to now where it's like they had like an episode on Chat GPT, like saving their relationships and stuff.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh, that not sure what to make of with the whole AI thing and everything, especially with the writer strike. If that's still going on.
Yeah, like I'm blessed with like if I were to show you the room, like over here is like just like massive. Like I'm a big physical media guy as well. I do own a lot of digital stuff as well because it's just easy at some points. But if it's a movie I really want to see, like do you know how many times Lord of the Rings moved from like it was like on Amazon and it was like Lord of the like Netflix and like then it was like on. I mean, I'm like if I want to watch Lord of the Rings, I'm just gonna take it out and watch the Blu-ray and it's awesome and like just put it in.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
I getcha. Because I'm more of a physical media guy myself. Like like if it's on a streaming service, that's great. If it's something, but I feel like for something that I really would like to watch whenever, then yeah, I'd rather just like pull up the disc and something, and just watch it.
Well, look at this. So I broke my leg. Just a little story with that. Like I broke my leg in like 2011, and I was running as Kakashi in a Warrior Dash Spartan like race, and I broke my leg. So like going to like the hospital with a sharing gun in my eye, and like this like massive like thing to keep my leg together, and the point of this story was like for the next 2 months I was out on disability from work, and Netflix and World of Warcraft got me through it. And like I remember Netflix used to have like all the Spider-Man show, X-Men, Family Guy, South Park, Friends, How I Met Your Mother. Like it was awesome. Like Netflix was awesome back in the day, and now it's just like I don't know where to go to really watch something now. Good thing my smart TV will tell me, but if it's something I like, I just buy it now. Like I'm at that point where I might dwindle down my subscriptions, keep YouTube, and then um, if I want to watch a movie, I'll just go to the wall, as I call it.
Yeah, it's kind of bothersome how pretty much every company just wants to have like their own streaming service.
Yeah, and like I get like generic Hulu, which is like 8 commercials, and I'm just like, this is worse than TV. I'm like, I don't want to pay for it, but like it's free from my phone, and like if I pay for it, I have to pay the full price anyway. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And there's other ways to get stuff, but like even Amazon, like Prime, they're like a lot of these places don't have as much as they used to, and it's just like it's not even almost not even worth it for some reason. Like, and it's just getting crazy now. Like you're right, like like they feel like streaming is the future, which like I'm sure there's not that many people buying DVDs, especially now. Like inflation's up and everything, and I feel so bad. Like but like I rather just own it at some point. Like I'll just keep the pile going. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'd rather not just like buy all these subscriptions. Just maybe like one or two, depending like which one I would go to often, and just whatever anything else. If I want it, then I'll just get the Blu-ray or DVD.
Most of the time, I mean, like at least like I probably own the Transformers movie from like '86. That was my first ever like in movie theater experiences when I was like three-ish. I think it was three. Probably owned it like, and I have like 10 copies. Like I have a VHS, then I have the original DVD, then I have the anniversary, then I have the Blu-ray, then I have another anniversary. I have it digitally, and the digital one has its own like specials, and it's just like at some point, yes, I'm probably never gonna buy it again unless it's like some better super quality that comes out. But like it's just crazy. Like then over time, how everything like changes, and now I can't watch it outside of Blu-ray. It just looks weird.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I feel the same with some of the I think with the '90s Batman when they decide to remaster it on Blu-ray, just like it just looks so different. In some ways, it just looks different. Or even with the Dragon Ball stuff being made into Blu-ray or the remastered version.
Yeah, I always loved the Dragon Ball, like the seasons. Like it was like an orange box, like because they had marathon mode, and I thought that was the most brilliant thing they could do because like you just put it in, you have one and like one like opening theme, and then it just goes from one episode. No previews, no nothing. Like it just goes straight through to the last episode on that disc, and like you can watch. It's like watching a movie, and it's brilliant. I love it. And now they have it on Blu-ray, and it takes up less room, and I'm like, oh, this is even better.
Yeah, yeah. At some point, yeah, because at some point I'm definitely gonna get like the 30th anniversary set.
God, whenever I hear 30th anniversary, so I'm just like, am I that old? Like, god damn.
Well, hey, I mean, technically, Dragon Ball hit the U.S. way after it became a hit in Japan.
That is true. Like I remember like again watching it. That was the other thing. So there was a comic book store I used to buy bootleg Japanese, like because like in America, I don't know if you remember, but in America, Pioneer had the first three movies, which were actually pretty um uncut for what they've done, and then they had a super cut like 50 episodes or something that's supposed to be like 60. Like that's how much content they cut out. Like the whole change hell to like the home for infinite losers, like all those like weird edits that they did. But like I knew there was more because I'm like I see these things like especially working at and it's funny. My cousin sent me the Dragon Ball GT video game, and I'm like, where are these blonde guys? You know, like who's this guy Cell? Who's this guy? Like I saw Frieza, but Frieza doesn't look like this. Like like stuff like that, and I'm like, something else is going on. And I got a job at the time, and I found this place that sold like bootleg like VHSs, and I would go there and buy and I had the full series on VHS, but bootleg, and it was Japanese with English subtitles. Some of them were decent, some sucked, but like or terrible quality, and like, but at least I got to see it. And then when it came out in English, I'm like, oh, like you know, I'll say this: it took a lot to get past like Pioneer's Ocean Group. I think dub, like they had some really good voice actors. So like when it came to Funimation and they changed it to like the guys we know now, like Sean Schmel, Chris Sabat, everything, it took a while for me to get used to them. I can't imagine them now not that, but it's but like the original dub was just really, really good. Um
Yeah, it had its moments.
oh yeah, I mean it's like it's like I'll send you to the next dimension.
Oh yeah, I always remember that. Like the next dimension. That's what I'll always say whenever they're about to. Instead of saying you're going to die.
You know, that and like turning I still give Team Four Star like the kudos for making Nappa and Guru like the most popular characters on the show.
Yeah, that's
Vegeta, it's a Pokemon.
it's like now, now.
Like, call me Super Guru. Super Kami Guru.
Can I just call you Guru for short?
It's like, I'll allow it.
That's just funny. I think they got to be such a big deal, even like bringing Nappa back to life. Because I guess the technicality that I guess he should have been brought back to life since Vegeta worked under Frieza.
That is true. That is true. He should have. Hey, I'm back, and I'm bad. I'm better than ever. Until
Wow.
GT, and then he gets killed again. I feel bad for those guys. They did whatever they could to like, I know Sean Schmel would not answer any questions. Like, oh, what do you think of a bridge? And it was like, no, not gonna answer that. They stole the show. They technically did. I mean, they re-edited it and stuff. They tried their best to say, hey, this is a satire. We're doing, we're just doing this for fun. But they were technically still making money off of it without permission. So, you know, eventually I knew it was I just wish that they finished Dragon Ball Z. I thought that would have been fun to see Boo. Like I could you know what it is? I could see like Deborah being like a popular character. I don't know why, but like
Yeah, that could have been something. Especially, yeah, they like they would have.
especially with the ghost Deborah like being so
Oh, oh yeah, that would have been like amazing just to see him when he's all like bright and chipper, being in heaven.
I could have saw them doing something with either him or Mr. Satan. He could have been like I think he would have been even better. Like we got a small glimpse, but I think like Boo Saga would have like turned that character around.
Agreed. Oh well, I mean, they probably can't do it anymore because of the copyright. But I mean, at least they got into as far as Cell.
Yeah, that was good. I like I said, I enjoyed them. Um, as much as I could. Obviously legally. So, uh, do they even still have their stuff up? I don't even know.
I think they're still making new stuff. Like they've been doing this whole like anime summaries in like X amount of minutes or so. Like JoJo in 5 minutes, like at least part one of it, or because they've done stuff like a JoJo, Demon Slayer, let's see, My Hero, and a few other animes.
I still love their Kai episodes, but I watched their them play Attack of the Saiyans for like the three was it 3DS or the DS? But that game was really good. First off, it was one of my favorite Dragon Ball games. But like in it, like they have a super boss. Like how most RPGs have like a super boss, like Ruby and Emerald for like Final Fantasy VII and
Yeah.
and all the other ones. And like I always thought like, okay, it's got to be like Frieza because like the ending villain, it goes from like the Piccolo like training for like to fight Piccolo in the tournament from Dragon Ball all the way to Vegeta. And you're like, okay, who's gonna be a super boss past Vegeta? It's like Frieza or something. No, it's like Brawly, and you're like, what? And but in the game, Yamcha actually has one of the best move sets. So like I just watched him like grind up Yamcha to the point, and then used Yamcha to beat Brawly, and it's just hilarious watching it.
Yeah, it's just funny how Broly is just a very like one of the most marketable characters for Dragon Ball to be at least to be put in the games.
Yeah, that you know, I think one gripe I always had, and my friends were just like, why? Like, was always like, when Dragon Ball Super came back, and they first like the first movie was with Beerus, he was the villain, like or like the antagonist, and you know, finally somebody new, somebody to challenge, like you saw him kicking everybody's, what, and then you had that great scene with like Vegeta like going crazy and stuff, and then Goku finally coming back and fighting him, and then I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what they do, and like the show had some great arcs, but then like the movies, it's like you got Frieza, obviously not still a good movie, but he was he was a Dragon Ball Z villain. Then the next one was Brawly, original Dragon Ball Z villain. And then, but I mean, at least they brought him in, but they still told a story that was close. And then superheroes, it's all androids and Cell. It's like, oh, why? Why are we doing this to ourselves?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like with Broly, they did the character a little bit better, like where they found a way to make him more canon. I would
I think
say.
that's what everybody wanted. This is like, you're like, I want Brawly to be there. Come on.
Yeah.
Now I
Plus,
don't know if they know how to write for him anymore.
Well, I don't know. I still find at least he's not doing the whole like screaming the name Kakarot 5 minutes. It's just
That's true.
yeah. He was just a puppet for his dad, and he was just being used by him and Frieza. And plus, seeing the awesome Gogeta fight, I say that was worth it.
Yeah, no, the animation. I love the animation, and like from that show. That movie, and it was a good movie. It was just like in my mind, I'm like, why couldn't you guys come? Like, you came up with all these Tournament of Power, like where's the Jiren like character, like or something.
I mean, Jiren was okay as a character. I mean, I don't know. He seemed I don't know. His personality was kind of meh.
I don't think it helped that it was like Endeavor's voice actor for the English version. I'm like, all I heard was like Endeavor talking. I'm like, oh god. Uh,
I mean,
but
and
like
it does fit. I mean, I feel like it's pretty fitting.
for the actor to do.
and they didn't purposely leave out like three universes because they're like, oh, these universes are so tough that even like it wouldn't be fair if they took part in the thing. And I'm like, okay, well, where's somebody from there coming in and like trying to like steal the Super Dragon Balls or something, and like Goku and Vegeta and Brawly now have to go stop him or something. But I'm not gonna lie, I saw Super's, finally like English dubbed. I like, again, I like dub stuff. I know people are all about like the sub has more emotion or whatever. I'm like, look, I don't, half the time I have it in the background and I don't want to be, I don't want to be looking back to read subtitles, but I just I saw Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan, and I'm just like, I just went to like where I got my Turles figure, and I was like, order, like, get to me now.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, for superhero, they went above and beyond with that one, where like a movie that does not focus on Goku and Vegeta at all, at least for anything important. Like it's all basically Piccolo. He pretty much stole the show with being all sneaky, infiltrating the base, getting the new power up, even though it's through a wish, and a new form. I don't know, it's just amazing. And trying to get Gohan to get like back into fighting mode again, and now unlocking the beast form. I don't know. It was just
Yeah, I thought that part really got me happy and excited. Like, and you would think like Piccolo wasn't trying to like use the wish. He just thought then they could do it, but he wasn't able to do that yet. I guess is what the story said.
oh yeah, that's right. Because Guru had the ability to bring out a person's potential, so it's like some Namekian ability, but I don't think it's through a fighter. It's like the non-fighter types or so.
I just love like the android just like punching Piccolo in orange form, and he's just like, really? But yeah, bringing Piccolo back because like I was always like I did find him hilarious in Dragon Ball Z, like when he was like with Gotenks like fighting. Boob. Like he wasn't really
Yeah.
fighting. He was just like a mentor. And like I'm like this is a guy that like was up there, you know, like at points he was the strongest, and now like he's like comic relief. Like I don't want him to be a Yamcha. Please change him. And now at least they fixed him, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's just funny how he became basically a babysitter. I mean, still is a bit for Pan, but at least he's training her how to fight.
Oh yeah. And you know, Gohan like had to like step it up. So yeah. I just like I love how though, like again, they referenced kind of like that Cell vibe with Gohan, because like you know when he exploded as Super Saiyan 2 and that hair just reminiscent, like that scene is just it's just a, you know what I do is like I like the English entrance, but I like the Japanese song that goes with the change from the original Cell saga and or Cell games, and like that's how I watch it. So I turn on because I feel like Android 16's speech is so much better in the dub than in the sub. But the
Yeah,
music is just you can't beat the music. Whatever they did for Gohan in the English, it's just not it wasn't enough. They didn't they failed at that point. But the lead up was awesome.
oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. Gohan will, no matter what happens, Gohan will still be one of my favorite characters.
That's who I was gonna do once. I was gonna try and do Gohan, like Ultimate Gohan at one point, because I saw a wig. I used to get my wigs from Spiky Craft. Um, you know, she got very busy and very, you know, everything goes up, prices and all that, and you know, and I just couldn't afford the wigs anymore, and one of them took a very long time to come, and I'm just like, you know, hey, thank you, but you know, I need to move on. But she made this really, really great Ultimate Gohan wig, and I was gonna buy it, but then like the day I was gonna buy it, because like I think she had it on sale for a while. I'm like, all right, I'll just pull the trigger, and when I go, it's like sold out. Damn it! I waited too long
Oh well.
because I have the gi. That's what it is. It's like I had the Goku outfit, so I just needed the wig, and I could just change to be Gohan.
Yeah. Well, there's still. I mean, how many cons you got left? Are you planning to attend? Just like one or two, or three?
So this year has been a little weird for me. Like most of my cons I've been to, I'm actually a guest for, and which is thank God, you know, knock on wood, which is nice. I didn't have to pay for a ticket, but it also lets me go around and just, you know that people are there to either see me or something, or you know them they can come see me or meet me. Like Terrificon's the first one I'm actually paying for because I just enjoy the convention, and hopefully when they see the Fantastic Four, maybe they'll invite us next year. Um, but like fanfare, that was the last con before the pandemic started that I went to. It was like February 2020, and like I had such a great time. It's at the School of Arts and Design in this New York City, and it's just there to help the kids, and like the cause was really nice, and I had a blast. And I had a blast this year. Um, CradleCon I went to this year. That was the first time, and at the Cradle of Aviation Museum, it was awesome. I had a great time. It was a little weird for panels because like it's in the like almost like an observatory like thing. Like you kind of like you know you have like the everything around you, but like when you look, you have to look down at the panelists, and like the panelists gotta go like this, like looking up. And it looked a little weird, but other than that, I had a great time as well. Garden State I've been going to for years. I think since 2015. Um, I know the owner; he's a very nice guy, and I'm looking forward to that one. And then I don't have a convention after that until New York Comic Con, and I was lucky enough. I'm a super fan, only because like I'm not going to even have time to jump on the thing tomorrow to buy tickets. So I pay them extra, and I'm guaranteed at least two. I think I could have gotten four of each one, but I get like two. I got my tickets, and I got some friends some tickets that couldn't also jump on tomorrow. And so I know I'm definitely all set for that. And then I'm still debating on Anime NYC. I always say, you know, I'm not gonna go this year. I'm not gonna go this year. But then like I get asked by a bunch of people, someone like selling it for ridiculously cheap price because they can't go. And like, that's usually what happens with me in that con. Like I said last year, my foot hurt, so like, it was a little harder for me to want to like dress up and go. But that was where I did Grunkle Ford because my buddy Jason does an amazing Grunkle stand, and uh if probably I don't know if you saw those videos that he and I collabed on, but it was just like I think we did just a really good job, and people loved seeing the two uncles like next to each other for like the first time probably ever. At least at New York Comic Con, I've never really seen both of them. I've never seen a Grunkle Ford cosplay just in the wild.
No, I don't. Me neither. No, not. I saw like both of you dressed up. It was like that's impressive. Like even though like it's supposed to be twins, I feel like that's accurate as to how Grunkle Stan, how Grunkle Ford would look like. It's like that Schwarzenegger movie, Twins with Danny DeVito. I don't know. It felt like kind of like that.
And the best part was I used my Peter B jacket as Grunkle Ford's jacket. All I had to do was buy I bought like a red like a red like sweater. That's a nice sweater. And then like I had this like thing that I bought a long time ago that goes around your like your shoulder, and it just looks like his like thing. And I just kept I bought like 100-sided die just to make like the infinite sided die. And it was just, and I'll tell you, like that video, I don't know if you ever saw it, but I have a video of like just us rolling the die at the Javits there, and it just wouldn't stop. Like we just started recording, we're like, this thing, it just was like, and then you think it's gonna stop, and then it goes this way, and it was just like we didn't touch it at all, we didn't blow, we didn't do like breathe on it or anything like that, and it just wouldn't stop until it finally stopped. I'm like, oh god. um but we had a good time, and I always love like throwing questions out to him because he knows like the character intuitively for Uncle Stan, where he just like he can answer you like just like how the character probably would. And he's that good.
Yeah, I've seen some of those videos. I think you even recorded some. I think at Terrificon last year.
Yeah, I would just be like, Uncle Stan, what do you think about inflation? Well, I'll tell you that, like I like in his voice, you know, like get all your money and put it under the bed.
I gotta say though, that was actually a spot on impression.
I originally all his stuff that he had, I originally with mine, I wanted to do Grunkle Stan. But like he's done it, he done it in the past. Like actually this photo with Stanley has him as his original Grunkle Stan. And then I told him like, yo, that let's color your beard, right? And a little bit of your hair. I made my own fez hat because like it was like $30-$40. And then I bought like a fez hat for like $7, and like like actual like yellow fez for like a big pack of like fez for like $4. And I
Huh.
put it together, you know. And then I get these like ears that like kind of go over, and it made it finally, because he was just he didn't put any ears, he just put like paint on his face just before he had his like big beard, and like it looked a little weird. But then like I said, like he has this like special tie and everything, make it look presentable. And I got more glasses that look like his like rounded glasses. And like once we put it on and he just did the voice, like just people like flooded towards him. They're like, "Oh my God, Grunkle Stan!" But I want to do him too. I'll probably get some videos out. And he might come to Terrificon. We'll see.
You never know. But anyway, I would say that's probably gonna be our time for today.
Sounds good.
I want to say thank you again for joining me on this live stream.
No, no problem. No problem. It was my honor. I'm like I said, I wish I could get there this kind of time earlier during the day to get a better time. But if we want to continue this on something else, I'm always down to talk and just go over a few things.
Yep. Yep. And that's what I say to you viewers that tune in for Terrificon as soon. I say hopefully by then that both of us will have seen Across the Spider-Verse and we get to talk quite a bit of detail on that movie.
Hey, Peter B may be showing there. You never know.
Yep. So stay tuned, everybody, and have a good night.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.